Welcome back to Auto Insight, where we dive into the cars that don't just exist to move people, but to move culture. Today's story is about one of the boldest names in American muscle history, a name that still makes enthusiasts stop and smile. This is the 2026 Plymouth Superbird Concept, a modern reimagining of one of the most outrageous homologation cars ever built. To understand why the Superbird matters, you have to remember what it originally stood for. In the early 1970s, the Superbird wasn't designed to be subtle or polite. It was built to dominate NASCAR, to cut through air at speeds most street cars couldn't dream of, and to make a statement so loud that it couldn't be ignored. The towering rear wing, the pointed nose cone, and the wild graphics were not styling gimmicks. They were weapons. Fast forward to 2026, and the idea behind the Superbird concept isn't nostalgia for nostalgia's sake. It's about asking a dangerous question. What would American muscle look like if it once again put engineering bravery ahead of restraint? The 2026 Plymouth Superbird concept imagines a world where Plymouth returns as a halo performance brand under the modern Stellantis umbrella. This concept isn't shy. At first glance, the silhouette is unmistakable. The exaggerated rear wing is back, but now it's reinterpreted through active aerodynamics, with adjustable elements that change angle depending on speed, braking, and cornering. The nose is long and aggressive, with a modern aerodynamic splitter replacing the old-school cone, sculpted to manage airflow rather than simply pierce it. LED lighting is razor-thin and menacing, giving the car a futuristic glare while still honoring the original's wide-eyed aggression. The body itself is wide, low, and unapologetically muscular. Massive rear haunches wrap around huge performance tires, and the entire car looks like it's leaning forward even when standing still. Carbon fiber panels are used extensively, not just for weight reduction but to signal that this is not a retro toy. Functional vents, deep side intakes, and a race-inspired diffuser make it clear that every surface has a purpose. The iconic Superbird graphics are imagined in a more restrained, premium way, subtle badging, ghosted decals, and heritage color options like vitamin C orange, alpine white, and a modern interpretation of petty blue. Under the skin, the 2026 Superbird concept is where speculation gets truly exciting. Rather than simply dropping in a traditional V8 and calling it a day, this concept explores multiple possible futures. One vision centers around a hybridized high-output V8, pairing a twin-turbo engine with electric assistance for instant torque and brutal top-end power. Power figures in this imagined setup push well beyond 800 horsepower, delivering supercar-level acceleration while still sounding unmistakably American. Another vision leans fully electric, using a tri-motor layout with torque vectoring, allowing the Superbird to redefine what muscle performance feels like in the EV era. In either case, the goal is the same: dominance in a straight line, confidence in the corners, and a sense of excess that defines the name. Inside, the Superbird concept balances modern technology with motorsport aggression. The cabin is driver-focused, wrapped in Alcantara, carbon fiber, and leather, with contrast stitching inspired by classic Mopar interiors. A digital instrument cluster can switch between a retro-inspired gauge layout and a full performance telemetry display showing G-forces, lap times, and power distribution. The steering wheel is thick, flat-bottomed, and packed with performance controls, while deeply bolstered seats remind you that this car is built for speed first and comfort second. Despite its hardcore image, modern expectations aren't ignored. Advanced driver assistance, over-the-air updates, and connectivity features are seamlessly integrated without diluting the car's personality. What makes the 2026 Plymouth Superbird concept truly compelling isn't just how it looks or how fast it could be. It's what it represents. In an era where many performance cars are becoming safer, quieter, and more restrained, the Superbird concept is a rebellion. It suggests that there is still room for outrageous ideas, for cars that don't apologize for being dramatic. It's a reminder that automotive passion isn't always logical, and it doesn't have to be. If Plymouth were to return with something like the Superbird, it wouldn't be aimed at mass-market success. This would be a statement car, a halo machine designed to pull attention back to the emotional side of driving. It would exist to spark conversations, dominate social feeds, and remind a new generation why muscle cars once ruled hearts as much as highways. The 2026 Plymouth Superbird Concept is not confirmed for production, and maybe it never will be. But concepts like this serve a powerful purpose. They challenge manufacturers to think bigger, to remember their roots, and to take risks. And for enthusiasts, they keep the dream alive. Because as long as cars like the Superbird exist, even as ideas, the spirit of unfiltered performance is far from dead. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the wildest concept revivals we could imagine, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned right here on Auto Insight. We'll keep bringing you the machines, the ideas, and the future that keeps the automotive world exciting.